Hello there and welcome to the channel Sport and Stories. My name is Danny. Thank you so much for watching and listening along with myself today. You can probably tell from my complexion I've had a holiday, so I may look a little bit more tanned than usual, but I'd really like to thank everybody for all the support whilst I've been away. The channel is growing exponentially. Every single day I wake up and I see the figures and I'm blown away by all the support. So please keep liking and subscribing and enjoying the journey along with myself. It's very much appreciated. Today's video is about one of my favourite characters within the game, sadly no longer with us, but this is a brilliant story about Brianclough. I don't want to give too much away, I just want you to listen in. It's a little bit longer than usual, so please bear with it. It's about 4.5 minutes, but it's absolutely fantastic and well worth a listen. So let's crack on with it, shall we?
David Currie was signed from my local club, Barnsley, for a lot of money. He'd scored a load of goals in the league below, and Forest signed him, but he didn't abide by the rules. David Currie was a centre forward who occasionally liked to flick the ball around the corner, and remember one game we played, the ball got played into him on the halfway line and he didn't get hold of the ball, which is one of the rules. He tried to flick it got intercepted. Queen's Park Rangers went down the other end of the field and scored. There was 35 minutes gone roughly in the game, 10 minutes to half time. And back then, it wasn't the electronic scoreboards where you make substitutions and things. It was a box at the side of the dugout with numbers 1 to 11 in. So as I've thrown the ball back to the halfway line to get the game restarted, I look over and Brianclough stood on the halfway line with the number 10 aloft, which David Currie was wearing. And he's shouting, "Off, off.
Oh my God.
We don't flick the ball at this club, son."
I don't think there's any more humiliating thing than a player being substituted before half-time. If someone's been sent off and there's a necessity for it, I get that. But I could just see Brianclough now. David Currie must have been seething inside, like I say. But if Brianclough says don't flick the ball, don't flick the ball.
Off you come. So David Currie goes running up the tunnel. Now, because he's not abiding by the rules, he's gone to flick the ball. Luckily, we won the game anyway. Yeah. But when he took David Currie off, he forgot to put a substitute on. That's what we thought. He forgot to put a sub on. And Archie Gebel is shouting to him, "Gaffy, you need to put a sub on." And Clough is going, "Let him cope, let him cope." Now we're 1-0 down at home, 10 minutes to go to half time, and he doesn't put a sub on. Jeez. And he puts a sub on at half time. We'll go and win the game. I think 2-1.
I'm not sure how true this is, but as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to have to YouTube it and just see whether this did actually really happen, because it seems too good to be true.
So he's got to get rid of David Currie. So he's got a plan. Yeah. So David Currie parks. He told everybody he was a collector of classic cars, and one day he drives in a purple Ford Capri, which classic car probably is now. It wasn't then. It was just a normal run-of-the-mill car. But he parks it in the manager's spot. So Piercy goes, "Hey lads, you got to come and have a look at this." Now the gaffer's left his office. He's spotted this car, and the gaffer's secretary Carol has said it's David Currie's car. So now's the chance to strike, get rid. So he walks up to the car and he's got his tennis racket and he hits the car with the tennis racket.
Oh.
We're all laughing and joking, and David Currie wasn't very happy. But then we went training. And about 15 minutes into training, the manager appears. And we're doing our warm-up at the far end of the pitch there. And Archie Gebel is the coach then. And the gaffer appears with his dog and his tennis racket, and we're all looking over. And he shouts over to Archie Gebel, "Arch! Arch! Bring him in, bring him in." So we all go jogging over to where Archie Gebel stood, where the manager stood. And he goes, "Whose is that car in my car park?" So David Currie puts his hand up. Now, David Currie's already played 4 games in the first team, scored 1 goal. He puts his hand up, and the manager said to him, "What's your name, son?" He said, "David Currie." He said, "Where's
You could get away with that sort of thing these days. That literally, I don't know whether he did know his name at all or not, but that's got to make you feel as a player about that small. That you've signed for him. Like say, you'd hope the manager wants you to come play football for him, and he hasn't even got a clue who you are, and you've been in the first team. He must have been playing some sort of mind games with him.
David Currie he said, "You've just signed me from Barnsley." He said, "Barnsley." So then Clough points at me, and Clough also used to call me the imbecile, right? So he points at me, he goes, Barnsley, that's where the imbecile's from. He points at me, right? So I'm like, what's it got to do with me? So he goes, "David Currie, can I ask you a question, son?" He said, "Yeah, fire away." He said, "Have you bought an house in the Nottingham area yet?" And he says, "No, boss." He says, "I haven't." He says, "But I'm looking." He went, "Let me stop you there, son. Don't fucking bother." So that was the end of David Currie. He got rid of David Currie the week after for flicking the ball on the halfway line, not getting hold of it.
Oh my goodness. That, like I say, it was a little bit longer than usual, but I think you can appreciate what a fantastic story that was. That was told by Mark Crossley, obviously part of the Forest setup in and around that time. But yeah, the man, the myth and the legend, Brianclough, it just goes on and on and on. I absolutely love his stories. I mean, what an unbelievable character. Whether or not he'd survive in this day and age with player power, I have no ideas, but they definitely broke the mould when they made him. That's fantastic. Like I said, my name's Danny. This is the channel Sport and Stories. Please keep liking and subscribing. I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a great day.